guys, I am 14 weeks pregnant officially. Wow. So first trimester is officially over, in the second trimester now, and let me tell you, I'm feeling good. I am feeling way better, and it's just it's awesome. So I wanted to sit down and do like a whole recap of my first trimester. Y'all already know how I got pregnant and all of that. Not how I got pregnant, but how I found out I was pregnant and all that story. So I'm not going to talk about any of that, but I'll link those videos down below if you haven't seen them yet. And basically I'm just going to talk about like my symptoms and how my first trimester went and everything. And honestly, compared to my last 2 pregnancies, this first trimester was rough. Like, it was rough. So my last 2 pregnancies, as y'all know, I had a boy and then I had a girl. And with either one of them, I didn't have any morning sickness or any of the common first trimester symptoms. So it's honestly, if you're going to try, ask me if I know what gender this baby is, I will have no idea, because this pregnancy is completely different than any of my other ones. My very first pregnancy, I did have some morning sickness, but it lasted very minimal time, and this time it did drag out a bit. So I have my list down below, so I'm going to keep looking at my papers. That's what I'm looking at. So first things first, I did notice my skin changed a lot, and if you have seen my announcement video, in the first clip, you can see there's like lots of natural sunlight in my face, so you kind of see like my patchy skin, and so that's basically what was going on. My skin got very patchy, but then I was also having acne and then dry patches in certain areas. So I did end up going and getting like a nice facial with like a chemical peel and stuff, and that really did wonders. And since then, I've been exfoliating regularly and hydrating my face as much as I can. And that seems to be helping, but I'm still getting like dry patches here and there. So, I mean, it's also the weather. It's been very dry in Texas. So, but yeah, so that's been the one of the things that I definitely noticed. So one of my very first symptoms, and I'm going to say this was like around 4 weeks, because none of my symptoms really started until I was around 6 weeks, and at that point I didn't know I was pregnant, so I didn't associate any of my symptoms with pregnancy, because they were very minimal and here and there. So basically, the very first thing that was going on with me was my emotional roller coaster. I was just very angry, and I was very, just very like not happy, just not in a good mood, just always cranky and not. Okay, so the next symptom that I had early on in the pregnancy was the waves of nausea, and I honestly didn't think that it was associated with pregnancy at the time, because I just thought it was like, okay, maybe it's something I ate, or maybe I'm just not feeling good or something like that. So, but I do remember, like, especially early in the morning, if I was driving somewhere, I would just get really nauseous, and I would have to wait it out. But as soon as I would wait it out, it would go away. It wasn't like super intense, nothing like throwing up or anything, just very light here and there. But after I started continuing to happen very consistently is when I was like, wait a minute, what is this? The next thing, and one of the main things, and as you can maybe tell, it's continues to happen, is I am so out of breath. Even in my first trimester, I was going to class, and I would have to go from the parking lot to the building upstairs, and I would just be like so out of breath. I would have to go to the restroom just to catch my breath, so I'm not walking into classroom like and I'm thinking to myself, like, dang, like, you are so out of shape, girl. Like, you are too young to be out of breath so quickly. I was like, I really got to get back to working out or walking or something. Like, this is not okay. So I was really glad to find out that it was due to pregnancy and not because I was, like, completely, utterly out of shape. The next one that had started off really here and there did get very intense, and even though I'm in my second trimester, it kicked in my butt. Like, I have been so exhausted and tired, and this is my 4th pregnancy, but trust me, I've never been this exhausted in my life. Like, this is just, it's really hit me. So I am not a major nap taker regularly, but in this pregnancy, like, I'll just be laying on the couch and I will knock out, and I will be gone for like an hour, hour and a half. So I've definitely been taking advantage and taking those naps when I need them. And I honestly thought when I got close to my second trimester and still being so tired, I said, maybe it's my iron. But when I asked the doctor and they did my blood work, they said my iron levels came back normal. So I know it's not that. I think, you know, just having 3 kids and having a busy life and plus being pregnant on top of that, for the 4th time, my body is just really exhausted. So hopefully it doesn't continue to last like that the rest of this pregnancy so I can enjoy it and stuff. But I mean, with all my other symptoms gone, I'm very, very in a happy place right now. So if being exhausted is the only thing, that's fine, totally fine. So one of my earlier symptoms that kind of was my biggest red signal, as in like, girl, go take a pregnancy test, was when my boobs were sore. And it just started off very like, one day I'm sitting in class and I'm like, whoa. And then I realized like, wow, they've gotten fuller, they've gotten heavier, and they're sore. And so that was my biggest sign to, because even when with pregnancy, I mean, even with periods and ovulations, I don't usually have that symptom, having sore boobs. It's usually just a pregnancy thing for me. And accompanying with that was the sore nipples and the fact that I was still nursing Alina on top of that. That really did, like, I was in so much pain. And that's when I was like, I know we've been talking about weaning Alina, but we have got to wean her off. Like, I am in so much pain. I can't do this anymore. So I got real serious about it, and we were able to get her weaned off. And as soon as she stopped nursing, in about a couple of days, my boobs were like, thank you. And they started settling down and calming down. So they have not been in much pain since, or any pain at all. And so that's a plus for the next 6 months. And then we're going to start nursing again. So very excited. Let's see. And then when I got closer to the second trimester, I did start feeling the growing pains, the stretching, and the ligament pains of my uterus growing. So to me, that's always a very positive thing, that I'm growing. The pregnancy is excelling and continuing. So that's very, very fun. Nothing, not a bad side effect at all, I would say. Nothing really bad as of yet. Usually in my second trimester, I do get headaches and then sometimes migraines as well. I did start getting some headaches a couple weeks ago, and it really worried me, like, okay, this is happening again, you know, second trimester. But the last couple weeks I haven't had any headaches, knock on wood. So I'm hoping that it's not a big part of my second trimester as it has with my previous pregnancies. So let's see. Let's see if I've missed anything. Yeah, I think that about covers it all. And I had my doctor's appointment, and everything went really well. I love my new doctor. I was very nervous about meeting her and seeing how she was, but she seems amazing. The clinic seems amazing. Everybody there was amazing. So that was very promising as well. Very exciting. I have another appointment in 2 weeks, and they're gonna do, she said, a gender ultrasound. I'm assuming that's the anatomy scan, even though it'll only be 16 weeks. I was really confused about that, but we'll see. I'll find out when I go. And that leads me to the next thing. Everyone wants to know if we're gonna find out the gender this time, and we are not gonna find out the gender this time. And the reason being is that we found out the gender with all 3 of our other kids. And with the last 2, we had like gender reveal parties and stuff. So we feel that, you know, we've already done all of that, and it would be nice to do something different this time with it being our last. We feel that, you know, it'd be nice to experience the surprise factor, you know, waiting till the end, and we think it'll be a whole different type of excitement. So very much looking forward to that. Hopefully it stays that way. Usually with my kids, I'm like so curious, like I need to know what they're going to be. Like, is it going to be a boy, is it going to be a girl? Like, usually around this time, I'm already dying to know, and like counting down the weeks till my anatomy scan, or going to get a gender scan. But this time I feel very content. I feel like I'm good. You know, the fact that this baby was a big surprise to begin with, so we might as well keep the surprise trend going till the end, and that should be fun. So looking forward to that. But if I get my ultrasound pictures, I'll definitely share them with you guys. I'll insert a picture of the ultrasound that we got last week. Last time we went, I was around 12 weeks and 5 days. And it's just so amazing to see how much the baby grows. You know, at my 8-week scan, it was like a little blob, and then at my 12.5-week scan, it was like a full baby. A small one, but like fully formed like a baby. Like, that's just amazing. And this baby is a wiggle worm. Like, I haven't started to feel the baby yet, which I'm really looking forward to. That's one of the best parts of pregnancy to me, is feeling the baby move inside and giving kicks and stuff. But even on the ultrasound, it was wiggling around. Even when I try to listen to the heartbeat with my Doppler, the baby usually, I'll find the heartbeat and then like in 2 seconds it's gone because the baby's just moving so much. So it's a very active baby, and it's very exciting. All little things, right? So I'll probably keep doing pregnancy updates, but I'll do them every 2 weeks instead of every 1 week, because I just don't see how much could change in 1 week for me to make a full video on. So I'll do them every 2 weeks. That way also in between I can continue to make my other videos that I have planned for you guys. And also, if there's any suggestions, leave them down below. Definitely let me know so I can incorporate any suggestions. That would be great. I am seeing my subscriber count growing. I am seeing my view count growing, and it's just amazing to see that people are watching my videos. They're liking my videos. It's amazing. And the fact that somebody can sit there, watch my video, and like relate, and they can say like, I'm going through this, or I can relate to her. Like, that's the whole point of all of this, right? So that makes me very, very happy, and I hope that I continue to make good videos. I'm still learning to make better quality videos for you guys, so hopefully we'll get there soon. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.